presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Post-8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post-8 Baseball is brought to you by Evermore Boutique, Wagner Auto, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Surface Master, and Rising Hope Counseling.
We'll take off for a second. Dean, outdoors right field. That one is going to get out for Bennett Dean. 5 runs driven in.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by Todd's Electric, Pierre Sports Center, Air Tech, Gales Gas, Avera, Bank West, and B&B Equipment.
Zabel on the 3-0, outdoor center field. That's far, that's gone. A 3-run homer for Gray Zabel. And it's a 3-1 lead.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by Overhead Door Company, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Birding Electric, Olson Plumbing, and Agtegra.
There's a fly ball out to left field. Going back on it deep is Rue. He's going to turn and watch it sail over for a home run. And Andy Gordon, his first home run of the season, first home run of his career.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by All Around Graphics, First Dakota National Bank, Comtech, Shane's Pharmacy, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Midwest Cooperative, South Dakota Weed and Pest, Nystrom Electric, Dakota Sprinkler, and Lamb Motor.
The 2-1 pitch. Stout out towards right field. Did he get enough of it? Is it going to go? And walk off. Grand slam for Garrett Stout.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by Kathy Sunshine Properties, Sioux Nation, Kruger Contracting, Home Care Services, and Fisher Rounds. And now, with the call of today's action, KCCR award-winning sports director, John Winkler.
And good evening as we welcome you here to Hyde Stadium for a single game as Post-8 will take on Excelsior, Minnesota, as both these teams are coming in after what was a busy weekend. Excelsior played their first 4 games last weekend. Post-8 played 5 games over this last weekend with the Dakota Classic. So a chance for these teams to meet. Excelsior on their way to Gillette, Wyoming to play in a tournament. So why not stop and play a midweek game here in Pierre and a chance to play a really good team in the state of Minnesota. This high school team for Excelsior, most of these kids we played on that team got 3rd in the state. So this is not a team to scoff at by any means, Greg.
Absolutely, and kind of a side note, Excelsior, the American Legion Post, actually is the organizer, the host, if you will, of the Gopher Classic, the biggest American Legion baseball tournament in the country. So they have some good baseball up in Excelsior, Minnesota, and this will be a good test, a good non-league test for the Eights coming out of the Dakota Classic. Went down to Sioux Falls over the weekend, played actually very well considering that they were without 4 of their contributing players over the weekend. Ended up winning their pool, going 3-1 in their pool, and then lost in the quarterfinals to Shakopee, Minnesota. So Eights having won now 10 of their last 12, I believe it is, 11 of their last 12, 11 of their last 13.
There you go. Yeah, somewhere around that way. But Post-8, yeah, they will be playing here against Excelsior. One single game tonight. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow against Huron. Of course, Greg, those are the 2 games against Huron that will matter. That Post-8 was getting this week ready for. This game, while you want to win it, doesn't matter for your seed points. Tomorrow does, and tomorrow's a big game with Huron because you don't want to, where they're sitting at in the standings and where their power or their win percentage is at right now, you don't want to take a loss to either one of those games. And for you guys, for Pierre to come away with 2 wins, it's got to be setting up Wednesday and not really necessarily worried about how things go here tonight.
Yeah, and again, this is an opportunity for Post-8 to get some work in for a lot of these players. Keep your pitchers on a rotation. Elliot Life gets the ball tonight for the Eights to go out on the mound. Would not surprise me if he is on some kind of a pitch count, and likely that would make him available for the weekend. As we said, the Eights go up to Minot this weekend for at least 4, maybe 5 games in the Performance Classic up there.
As we'll see probably a steady dose of different pitchers, but on a pitch count, so they will be available tomorrow, but also be available for the weekend as Post State taking on Excelsior here tonight. They'll play a doubleheader against Huron tomorrow, and then up to Minot, North Dakota for games on Friday, Saturday, and potentially even on Sunday, as we'll have all those games here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We step aside for 3 minutes, come back with more of the pregame show. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre.
As we welcome you back here at Hyatt Stadium, back after a week, somewhat of a week road trip. We ended up playing 7 games away from Hyatt Stadium, which in terms of how the season has gone has been seemingly like a full season. Played the first 14 games of the year at Hyatt Stadium, and then the next 7 away from Hyatt Stadium, back here for 3 more games tonight and 2 tomorrow. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean. But Greg, as we get into this game, Elliot Life will be the starting pitcher. You expect to see him on a pitch count. We expect to see several guys throw because, one, you want to be available, want to pretty much have everybody you can be available for tomorrow, but then also you're looking ahead to the weekend when you're playing the Minot tournament, and you have everybody available then as well.
Absolutely, and so again, going over the schedule, Excelsior tonight, doubleheader with Huron tomorrow. So again, those games count in the PowerPoint standings. Most recent PowerPoint standings were current as of late afternoon yesterday, and Pierre currently sitting in 5th would actually be in the number 4 spot because Brandon Valley is, I think, in the number 2 spot, if I remember correctly, 2 or 3.
Yep.
2, and so Brandon Valley is the host, so you'd actually slide everybody up a spot. So Pierre would actually be the number 4 seed if the postseason started today. And so Pierre wants to maintain their standing in the in those PowerPoint rankings, set themselves up for a good matchup in the postseason. Certainly give themselves an opportunity to host the region tournament here at Hyde Stadium, where we know the 8s play really well. And then this weekend, the 4-team tournament: Watertown, Minnesota; Mandan, North Dakota; Minot, North Dakota; and Pierre Post 8. And they'll play a round-robin format Friday and Saturday through Saturday afternoon. They play the semifinals on Saturday night, and then the championship game slated for Sunday at noon.
So Post 8 has a busy week once again after playing over the last week or so with those 7 games in the last week, since last week Wednesday. But the 8s are looking for a chance to get a win against an out-of-state team. They did well last week playing this past weekend in the Dakota Classic, as they were able to win their pool, beat Sioux Falls West, the one game that they were wanting to go win. They needed to go win. They got that done, and now they take on Excelsior, Minnesota, and looking to beat them here this evening. As we will step aside for 3 minutes, we will come back and we will have first pitch for you. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
This is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscape backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Spring is finally here, and it's time to be on the lookout for one of South Dakota's most serious noxious weeds. This invader of roadside trees, pastures, and range is leafy spurge. This noxious weed infests over 300,000 acres. It's a perennial with a distinctive yellow-green color and stems that contain a milky sap. Roots can reach over 20 feet deep. There are several control options that producers can look at, including herbicide and biological control. If you have questions about leafy spurge, contact your local county weed and pest supervisor or the South Dakota Department of Agriculture.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master, the clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at comtechplus.com.
South Dakota didn't always have a capital, or even a permanent settlement for that matter. There wasn't always a river city on the Missouri River. And before First Dakota filed the first charter in 1872, there wasn't always a bank in South Dakota. Every timeless institution, tradition, and thriving business was started somewhere by someone who had a dream and the passion to make it happen first. What will be your South Dakota first? Visit firstdakota.com/first. Member FDIC.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium, we are set for first pitch. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean as we go through the starting line first for Excelsior. Their fifth game of the season coming in at 2-2. Austin Roberts, the center fielder, will lead things off. He'll be followed by Danny Davis, the catcher. Charlie Heber, the first baseman, will bat third. Dylan Hanson, the left fielder, batting fourth. Walter Johnson, the third baseman, will bat fifth. Jacob Margot, the right fielder, batting sixth. Aiden Huteri, the DH, batting seventh. Josh Daniel, the second baseman, batting eighth. And Andrew Uglum, the shortstop, will bat ninth. And they will go against the left-hander Elliott Life as he makes the start here at home. One of the final times he'll be at home. One of the last three times he'll be at home during the regular season. We hope to be at home by the time the regions start. But right now for the regular season, this is one of the last three times in the 2021 summer season. Hard to say that we will be at Hyatt Stadium.
Yeah, and for Elliott Life, Elliott comes into the game. This will be his fourth appearance, third start on the year. He's thrown 8 1/3 innings so far. He is 1-0 on the Legion season. ERA of 5.88, whip of 2.52, 14 strikeouts, 11 walks on the Legion season for the senior left-hander.
Austin Roberts will step to the plate. We're ready for baseball here as Life will get the sign. He'll deliver the first pitch, and it will be taken for ball one as we are underway here at 5:32, 2 minutes behind schedule. Lone game, just one game here today for Post State. 1-0 pitches all at the letters, and it's now 1-1. But the beauty of just one game, you get a chance to get out of here a little bit earlier, and it'll feel like this game will, I don't want to say it. 1-1 pitch, that's outside, it's now 2-1. But Excelsior 1-2, they brought both their teams with them because they're both going out to Wyoming, so they will actually play against each other in the second game here at Hyatt Stadium. Of course, the post-8 game, the only one that we have here on at KCCR. 2-1 pitch is outside, and it's now 3-1 here to Roberts. Excelsior's last game, they got one hit shutout against them. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That was on the outside edge. It's now 3-2.
90 degrees at first pitch at 5:32 today at historic Hyatt Stadium. Post 8 wearing the all whites, white tops, white pants, green and black caps.
3-2 pitches upstairs, and it'll be taken for ball four.
And for Excelsior, they're wearing blue tops with white accents, white letters across the front, white number on the back, white pants, and blue caps today for Excelsior. Post number 2, I believe it is.
They are wearing red helmets. They get the blue hats, but the red helmets for Excelsior. Life will work from the stretch here, deliver the first pitch to the number 2-er, Danny Davis. That is over for strike one. Again, Excelsior got one hit in their last time out. They played all 4 games over the last weekend. As would that be the Friday and Saturday that they played those games. 0-1 pitch is a off-speed pitch that will find the bottom of the zone, and it's now 0-2.
Good off-speed pitch from Life right there. That's exactly what he needs to do to be effective. And when he's had his good outings, he has that curveball working and can pair that with the fastball, and that's what makes him so effective.
Count is 1-2 now here to Davis, as Excelsior coming in 2-2. They were one hit in their last time out, the last win that they had. There's a swing and a miss by Davis, and that'll be strike 3. And one down for a strikeout of the ball game here for Elliott Life. And it'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Charlie Heemer. But the game before that, the last game that they won 6-0 over Lakeville North. They had a one-hit shutout. So it's been a pitcher for, or I guess a couple pitchers for Excelsior throwing a gem, and then the exact opposite with the pitchers from the other team throwing a gem against Excelsior. First pitch to Heemer is missed low for ball 1, the left-hander.
And Excelsior working their way out to Gillette, Wyoming for a tournament this weekend. They had Renner on the schedule for last night, but Renner making the championship of the Dakota Classic. That game was postponed on them.
That one's popped up to left field. Merkwan a long run to left. He'll slide in, make the catch, and there's now 2 down. That was a long run for Jag Merkwan to come in, but he is able to make the sliding grab. Jag Merkwan's out in left, McGuire Rasky in center, Jaden Wiebe in right. Andy Gordon's at third, Lincoln Keenel's at short. Matt Hansen, the second baseman, Bennett Dean at first, Cade Hinkle behind the plate. Elliott Life on the mound, 2 down, runner on first base. Here in the top of the first between Pierre and Excelsior. First pitch from Life. There's a fly ball out to left. That one is hit well. Going back, Merkwan, he'll get to the track, and he will make the catch right at the track, and that will retire the side. Boy, Merkwan when that hit left the bat, I thought there was no chance I was staying in the ballpark, but Merkwan makes the catch, and that will end it here in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We hit to the bottom of the first. No score as Pierre will come to the plate. You're listening to Post-State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or Post-State apparel? All-Around Graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All-Around Graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue, or call 224-4677. All-Around Graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop.
Agtegra in Highmore. We pride ourselves on providing our customers with reliable markets, superior services, and quality products. From corn and soybeans to spring and winter wheat, you can trust Agtegra in Highmore with all your grain handling needs. It's all about helping you achieve the best harvest possible. Call Agtegra of Highmore today at 605-846-1379. That's 605-846-1379.
As we welcome you back here at Hyatt Stadium, bottom of the first inning, as we go through the batting order for Post-State, it'll be Lincoln Keenels leading things off. Playing shortstop, Jaden Wiebe, the right fielder, will bat second. McGuire Rasky, the center fielder, batting third. Andy Gordon, the third baseman, batting fourth. Cade Hinkle will bat fifth and catch. Bennett Dean, the first baseman, batting sixth. Gary Nedved, the DH, batting seventh. Jack Merkwan in left field has made 2 good plays so far. He's batting eighth, and Matt Hansen will round out the order as he is the number 9 hitter for Post-State, and they will go against Karsten Kinsall for Excelsior as he finishes up his warm-up tosses, the right-hander on the mound. We don't know a lot about this Excelsior team, and of course they've only played 4 games so far, and they both came this past weekend, so Kinsall making his debut here for Excelsior in the summer.
Yeah, and talking to one of the family members of the traveling party, if you will, for Excelsior, indicated that Excelsior made it all the way to the semifinals of the Minnesota State High School tournament, which, I mean, that's an accomplishment in and of itself. And while there's a few different faces on this roster, the nucleus, the bulk of that Excelsior High School roster is on the field today for this post number 2 team.
First pitch is over for strike 1 to Lincoln Keenels as he returns to the lineup. It's been several games since we've seen Keenels. He did not play last Tuesday, Wednesday, or over the weekend, the Dakota Classic, as he will come in hitting 346 on the season. 4 RBIs so far, and he's quickly down the count, 0-2. Keenels has been traveling quite a bit. He will not be on the tournament at Minot this weekend, but he will be here tomorrow against Huron. 0-2 pitch on the outside edge and taken for strike three. 3 pitches and 1 strikeout from the starter Kinsall for Excelsior, and they'll bring up Jaden Wiebe, the right fielder.
Yeah, and it's just part of being an athlete in the summertime. I mean, you're pulled about 18 different directions if you're a multi-sport athlete, which is certainly the case with a lot of these athletes here in Pierre.
Jaden Wiebe will pop the first pitch up towards right field. The right fielder coming on. Margot will make the catch, and there's quickly 2 down, and it'll bring up McGuire Raskey. As it is going to be the left fielder. I get that wrong. Yeah, it is going to be Hanson out in left field. Roberts in center. Margot is out in right. Johnson at third. Uglum at short. Josh Daniel at second. The first baseman is Hemer. Davis behind the plate. Kinsall's got the first 2 retired as McGuire Raskey now will step in. Right-hander will deliver the first one upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, if you're a multi-sport athlete, like we had said just a bit ago, you're probably lifting and doing agility in the morning. You're probably doing some level of maybe basketball or football workout following that. You're balancing your baseball duties, and then maybe going to some team camps or any number of other activities. So summer is I think the busiest time of the year for a lot of these high school athletes.
Counts 2-1 here to McGuire Raskey. He's the team leader in average, 417 so far for McGuire Raskey. 11 games played. He's gotten 13 singles of his 15 hits, as that one will be taken for a strike and is now 2-2. And Raskey will have to battle up.
Yeah, check swing from Raskey. Didn't think that his bat had gone into the zone. Home plate umpire had a different opinion, and count now square at 2-2.
Here is the 2-2 pitch. Raskey will foul it away on the left side. It will get out of play, and we'll do it again here at 2-2. Looking for our first base hit for Post State. Austin Roberts led off the game with a walk, and that's been our only base runner. The first 5 outs recorded as we play here in the bottom of the first. From the windup, 2-2 pitch again. Raskey swings and misses and will strike out, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Kinsall in the bottom of the first. We head to the top of the second. No score between Pierre and Excelsior. Listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heatolator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heatolator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heatolator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
It is the top of the second inning. Post State, we'll have Excelsior having 5, 6, and 7 as Post State and Excelsior tied with no score. Walter Johnson, Jacob Margot, and Aiden Huteri will be the first 3 hitters for this Excelsior team. We'll see how long that Elliott Life will stay on the mound for Post State, if they will have him under a pitch count or if they'll let him try and go to about the 80 mark and keep him fresh and have him only have 3 days of rest. But we'll see how things look, and I believe Jack Van Camp will be the first one to come in the ball game after Elliott Life is done. But this will be more of a bullpen type game. Doesn't matter for the seed points for Post State. Try and get some guys some work on the mound. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Walter Johnson, the third baseman. Leadoff man here in the top of the second.
If Life is under 30 pitches, he would be available to throw tomorrow in the Huron doubleheader. Anything more than that, we wouldn't see him again until Friday at the very earliest.
Counts 1-1 here to Johnson. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's popped straight up. Andy Gordon calling for it over third base side, foul territory, and it goes off of his glove. And it's now 1-2. And so Life will have to work. And there's that question always is that considered an error right then and there, or is it only considered an error if he gets on base? But I think we did look it up that one time. I think it is going to be considered an error no matter what, even if he doesn't reach base. So a guy could technically lose a perfect game with that, even though Life walked the first batter. But the count is now 2-2 here to Walter Johnson. 2-2 pitch. There's a line shot that'll be foul. So we will do it again at 2-2.
Yeah, and there's very few better baseball names than Walter Johnson. I mean, if there was somebody who was just destined to be a baseball player, it's a young man by the name of Walter Johnson.
See if LA Life can get the baseball man out. Here's a 2-2 pitch. He'll chop at it. It'll go right back to the mound, and Life will get him out on a 1-3 put out to open up the top of the second. So Life can put down the resume. Got Walter Johnson out. got the best baseball name, Walter Johnson.
Yeah, it'd be even better if at some point tonight Walter Johnson takes the mound and then you get a hit off of Walter Johnson. That would go in the books as a Hall of Fame career, I think.
Here is Jacob Margot, the right fielder. Here's the first pitch. That one's fouled straight back. That every once in a while you get a real hockey name. You get someone that, especially in South Dakota, that starts playing like, yep, that is a hockey name. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball that buckles Margot, and it's now 0-2.
Yeah, and the way that Margot reacted to that gives you a good indication that Life does have that curveball working today, and so he certainly has the potential to be effective if he can continue to spot that off-speed pitch.
0-2 pitch is missed low. Not a bad spot there from Life on the 0-2 pitch. So here's now the 1-2 from the left-hander. Strike 3 call at the bottom of the zone. Second strikeout of the ball game for LA Life, and there's 2 down here in the top of the second, and it'll bring up the number 7 hitter, Aiden Huteri.
As we said, Excelsior working their way out to a weekend tournament in Gillette. Their first game is Thursday, 2 days from today, where they take on Spokane, Washington. Pair of games on Friday against the Colorado Ducks and the host team, Gillette, Wyoming, and then they finish pool play on Saturday against Jamestown, North Dakota.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to the DH. There's a line drive that will hit in the infield and go into left field for a base hit. And a 2-out single. That'll be the end of the no-hitter for LA Life, and that'll bring up Josh Daniel, the second baseman, number 8 hitter. First hit of the ball game for either side between these two teams.
Excelsior pitchers still have a no-hitter going, right?
He does have a no-hitter going.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. Here's the first pitch to Josh Daniel. That one's over for strike 1.
He is not allowed a hit in 1 inning, correct?
Correct. We're going to get a lot of Excelsior people not to like us. It has only been an inning and 2/3. Not even an inning and a half yet. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a line shot, and third base coach able to duck out of the way. Counts now 0-2.
And right through the opening in the wood fence, just down the line from the Excelsior dugout. Be awful tough to stand at home plate and throw it through that 6-foot opening.
Well, that's a hockey goal there, and I wouldn't. Now, maybe not 100% of these kids play hockey, but I would assume that at least a majority of these kids probably play hockey for Minnesota, and that's part of being a Minnesotan, right? You have to play hockey.
If they aren't playing hockey now, I'm guessing they were on skates at some point in their younger days.
0-2 pitch is taken for strike 3, and that will retire the side. A 2-strikeout inning for LA Live. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. It is no score between Pierre and Excelsior. You're listening to Post-State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you driving a 2014 or newer vehicle? Are there less than 100,000 miles on it? Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is prepared to give you top dollar. Again, if your ride is 2014 or newer with less than 100,000 miles, Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you top dollar for it right now. Trade it in or sell it to us. Doesn't matter. Your vehicle has never been worth more than it is right now. Stop in at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayflt.com.
Overhead Door Company of Pierre is a locally owned business specializing in the sale, service, and installation of residential and commercial garage doors. They provide quality, dependable products with constant service and the peace of mind you need. Overhead Door is one of the most recognized and most respected brand in the garage door industry. For installation and repairs, call Overhead Door Company today at 224-6200. That's 224-6200.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium, bottom of the second, 4, 5, and 6 for Post State. Andy Gordon, Kate Hinkle, and Bennett Dean. He might reach his base. It'll be to Gary Nedved as the 8s and Excelsior tied with no score. The 8s will have Gordon to lead off this inning, who in the last 10 games has been about as hot as they come. If you throw in at least 10 at-bats, in the last 10 games, Gordon's got the highest batting average at .467, driven in 12 runs in his last 10 games for Post State. Over the course of the season, Gordon's got 16 RBIs, so he's having himself a good stretch of the last 10, which half of those games were at the Dakota Classic, as the first pitch will miss for ball 1.
Yeah, and just, again, that's that veteran presence in the middle of the Post State lineup, third year in the lineup for Andy Gordon.
1-0 pitch is a line shot down the right field line, going over, diving for it, and can't make the catch as Margot. Gordon will round first and head for second. He should be standing on third base as he rounds second base. Margot will get it in. It's a leadoff triple for Andy Gordon. Nearly a spectacular diving grab from Margot, but Post State is in business to open up here in the bottom of the second.
And early in the game, with nobody on, leading off an inning like that, that's the kind of play you make if you're the right fielder. I mean, you try to make the play because you know that in all likelihood, Gordon is probably is not going to come all the way around to score. He may end up at third if the ball skips past him, which is what it did. But you take the risk and try to make the play, and in this case, didn't pan out for Excelsior, and the Eats got something going here in the bottom of the second.
First pitch to Kate Hinkle is taken high for ball 1. Hinkle coming in on the season as he's hitting .274. He's got 11 RBIs so far on the year, looking for that 12th one. Line shot, and that's over the head of Coach Nathan Nas, third base coach, and it's now 1-1. Coach Nas still coaching over third base. You have Jack Van Camp coaching first base. I think Coach White could be back over coaching third base, but baseball players, baseball coaches, baseball minds, it's not you're not superstitious, but you're a little stitious, as it's now 1-2 here to Kate Hinkle. The way that Post State has been playing since Coach Nas has been the third base coach has been playing pretty well. So you can't really mess that up. And I think that might be the case, is that Coach White's probably going, I could probably go back as Hinkle stays alive, found the ball off the catcher of Davis. He could probably go back, but with how they're playing, why do I want to mess that up right now? He can still call everything from where he's at from the dugout, because all he does is yell numbers. He doesn't have to do any signs at all. So it kind of works out, and like I said, not superstitious, just a little stitious.
You just made up your own words.
I didn't. Well, I cannot take that's from The Office. That's
okay, all right.
Michael Scott.
All right.
Here,
I was giving you credit for expanding the English vocabulary, and you fess up. So I appreciate that.
I would say I think there's a lot of people that know exactly where that's from, and I cannot take credit for it. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hinkle will chop it. It's going to roll. It's going to be on the foul territory side. It'll be picked up by the pitcher, Kinsel, and it'll stay at 1-2. Just like the phrase, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott, now John Winkler.
See, and And here I was going to give you credit for a huge amount of wisdom and knowledge, and then you give credit to somebody else. So your integrity is intact.
My wisdom comes from The Office. There's a lot that can be learned from watching The Office. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That is outside, and it's now 2-2.
It's a show that I don't know that I've ever sat down even to watch 30 seconds of that show. I mean,
well,
I know
you're missing out.
I know some of the characters, and Steve Carell obviously is a huge part of that show, and kind of where, probably don't want to say launched his career, but maybe kind of his claim to fame in addition to some movie roles, but kind of what I think a lot of people remember him from.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But you got to watch it though.
Okay.
Here's a 2-2 pitch from Kinsall. That is just a bit upstairs, maybe a little outside. The count's now full. Good eye there from the catcher Hinkle. You can't just sit in there and watch the first couple episodes and give it up on. You got to watch through at least a couple seasons, and then you won't ever want to stop watching. 3-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. Hinkle will be tagged out, and they're one down now here. Third strike of the ball game for Kinsell, and it'll bring up Bennett Dean, the first baseman.
Catcher actually had the ball pop out of his glove. Did Danny Davis, the catcher, and Hinkle didn't realize it right away, and Davis quick to jump on the ball and tagged Hinkle out, and didn't have to throw the ball down to first base.
Here's Bennett Dean. First pitch is outside for ball one.
Kimsel's got good velocity. You can see that he's probably sitting in that low to mid 80s range, and then he pairs it with pretty good off-speed stuff.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is on the outside edge, now 1-1. Dean's hitting 265 so far on the year. Also with 11 RBIs. That is tied for third most on the team. Just 4 guys with double-digit RBIs. But Dean can move into a tie for second place if he gets Andy Gordon home. 1-1 pitch is outside and is now 2-1.
What the Eights did well down in Sioux Falls over the weekend was they hit really well with runners in scoring position, able to generate runs without a lot of base hits.
2-1 pitch comes inside and is now 3-1 here to Bennett Dean. On deck is Gary Nedved, the DH, who's been swinging a hot bat lately as well.
And they had a lot of different people contribute this weekend, all up and down the lineup.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. That is taken high for ball 4. First walk issued. And now runners at the corners here with one down. It'll bring up the DH, Gary Nedved. Nedved over the last 10 games batting .389. Has picked up 5 RBIs, 5 singles, 2 doubles. So he's been hitting the ball really well as of late. He played in 7 of those 10 games on the season in .313. 6 runs driven in total. Here's the first pitch to Nedved. That's right down the middle for strike 1.
Big 2-run double against Sioux Falls West. Kind of was the key blow in that game. Gave the Eights a 3-0 lead in the 4th inning of that game. Turned out to be the big blow of the night for Post 8.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball over to Jack Van Camp, trying to make the play. And it's now 0-2. Guess I don't know if he was trying to dodge it or if he was actually trying to make the play, but it's a good thing they at least put the hands down. Well, those are, I think he'll learn as time goes on that you just got to let those go by you. Don't want to risk anything. Here's the 0-2 pitch, curveball that is taken for strike 3, and there's now 2 down. And it will bring up Jack Merkwan trying to drive in that leadoff triple that's still standing over at third base, Andy Gordon. Dean drew a walk, but then 2 strikeouts, Hinkle and Nedved, so nobody's put a ball in play since Gordon had that leadoff triple. At least make the opposing team field it. Here's the first pitch to Merkwan. That's outside for ball 1. Merkwan's been swinging the bat well lately too, .370 in the last 10 games. He's struggled to open up the season, but has really turned things on. Has averaged up to .278. I mean, he was down in the low 100s for a little while, trying to get that timing right, get some confidence rolling, and he's been swinging a hot bat. 1-0 pitch. That one comes inside, and it's now 2-0. I think we've seen a lot of these guys swinging a much hotter bat as of late.
Yeah, and collectively for Post 8, hitting .304 as a team. And they've got a number of players in this lineup over 300 on the year.
2-0 pitch is in the dirt, and it's now 3-0. Matt Hansen, the number 9 hitter, is on deck. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, as we head to the 6 o'clock hour here on a beautiful Tuesday evening. Pierre and Excelsior. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Comes inside, a 4-pitch walk. And the bases are now loaded for Matt Hansen, so nowhere else to put Hansen. We do have some action in the left field bullpen.
Number 13, Blake Sign, going out to get warm, the left-hander. And likely, like we talked about, that this is potentially a combination and some kind of a bullpen game for Post 8 with at least 4 and maybe more games that Excelsior is planning to play, scheduled to play out in Gillette this weekend. They probably will parcel the duties out as well tonight, and probably not put too many pitches on any one of their pitches and make them available all weekend as well.
First pitch to Matt Hansen takes high for ball 1. Bases are loaded here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is at the knees, and it's now 1-1. It's a big spot here in this ball game, especially the leadoff triple. This is the time for Post 8 to score some runs on this Excelsior team. But they have 2 outs. The bases are loaded. Have not scored a run yet in this inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Matt Hansen. Line shot. That's through for a base hit. Past a diving third baseman. 1 run will come in to score. Bennett Dean's going to try and score. The throw coming to the plate is on the money. He is safe, though, as he slides in. A 2-0 lead, 2 RBI, single for Matt Hansen. And the 8 strike first here in the ball game.
Yeah, just a line drive just out of the reach of Walter Johnson at third base and kind of into short left field, and 2 outs. Runners are off on contact. Gordon scores easily, and Dean slides in just ahead of the tag, and the 8s have a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. And again, timely hitting. Runners hitting with runners in scoring position, hitting with 2 outs.
As it'll still be runners at the corners here with 2 away. It is back to the top of the order for Lincoln Keenels. He'll float this one to right field. That one is dropping, and it'll land just foul. Just on the right side of the right field line. And it's a strike that nearly would have made it at least a 3-0 game, and Hansen off with the pitch, or off with the swing, probably would have been just staying on third base, but depending on how the right fielder would have handled it, Margot, could have seen Hansen come around to score.
I think you mean that the ball landed on the wrong side of the right field line instead of the right side of the right field line. It landed on the right-hand side of the right field line, but on the wrong side for Post 8.
Yeah, on the right side compared to the left side. No strong side. Here's the 0-1 pitch to now Lincoln Keenels. That one will miss low. Good stop by the catcher Davis. And it's now 1-1.
Sorry.
No, I understand. You can't really. I can't blame you for letting me have that one.
Well,
we're making sure I don't.
We try to be generally unbiased, but we're also partially homers too. So
the 1-1 pitches taking at the knees is now 1-2. Just like the we're not superstitious, we're a little
stitious. Yeah.
We're not super biased. We're just a little biased. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will miss low and outside. Is now 2-2. But this is, again, another big at-bat here. A base hit would make it a 3-0 game. Hansen took second base on a steal. No throw over to second base, so now a base hit could make it a 4-0 game. Here's the 2-2 to Keenels. There's a ground ball left side on the short hop. Johnson fields, throws across the diamond, and will retire Keenels to end the inning. Good play there by the third baseman to end the bottom of the second. But 2-run score on the 2 RBI single from Matt Hansen. 2 hits in the inning. No errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the third. Post 8 leads at 3-0. You listen to they lead at 2-0 as we head to the top of the third. Listen to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wondering what to do with that pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
As we get to the top of the third inning, it is Post State with a 2-0 lead over Excelsior. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean, 9-1-2. As it'll be Andrew Uglum to lead things off, followed by Austin Roberts and Danny Davis. Here in the top of the third inning, 2-0 lead for the Eights. The left-hand hitting shortstop will step to the plate. Here's the first pitch from Elliott Life. Comes in nearly, almost hits Uglum. And it's taken for ball 1. You know, I put, when there's names I want to make sure that I pronounce correctly, which, you know, Theodosopoulos, or which I messed that up. But
Theodosopoulos.
Yeah, Theodosopoulos. But I put underneath it Ugla, like Dan Ugla, because it's Uglum.
Yep.
And which made me, as a Council Now 101, remember how the odd career of Dan Ugla, who had like one of the longest hitting streaks in the last several years, as that one's fouled out of play by Uglum, and it's now 1-2. And then all of a sudden went to being like one of the worst hitters in all of baseball. It was his career was very odd, but he did have the hugest forearms ever. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Here's a ground ball to the right side. Dean will get a nice hop right to him, and the leadoff man retired. Here to open up the top of the third inning.
Yeah, probably Dan Ugla, most notable. I mean, played for multiple teams in his career. Probably most notable, if I remember right, Miami, and didn't he play in Colorado as well?
He played for, well, I guess it was Florida, still Florida Marlins back at the time, but he played for the Braves for a while as well.
Okay,
but he might have played for the Rockies.
I'm not sure about Colorado. I do remember him being a Marlin. That's kind of how I've got him in my brain.
He's got one of the longest hitting streaks in all of baseball, and then all of a sudden just couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. I mean, it was odd how he went from being a great hitter. I mean, I guess you can look at that in a couple other ways. There's a ground ball that's past the second baseman Hansen in the right field. Leadoff man Austin Roberts is on. He's 1 for 1. He's been on base both times. He's the second hit of the ball game for Excelsior, and they'll bring up Danny Davis, the catcher. They call him the modern-day Popeye.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of how big his forearms were. He, decided to just basically call him Popeye.
Had not heard that.
You didn't know that?
I did not,
oh.
no.
Well, you see, you learn something new every day. Here's the first pitch to Davis. It's in the dirt, good block there by Hinkle.
Yeah, again, the things that you have stored away, tucked away, you're just a fount of knowledge and wisdom, and you don't have to tell all your secrets. Like, some of them comes from the office, some of it comes from other sources. Just make them your own.
Oh yeah, well, I was the one that called him Popeye. No, runner on first here. It counts 1-1 to Danny Davis. Live from the stretch. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Runner takes off. There's a line shot up the middle through for a base hit. Rounding second and heading for third. Rasky's going to try and fire it. And it's going to get way over the head of Andy Gordon. It'll bounce off the netting. LA Life was backing it up, so the runner at third, Roberts, did not try and score. But taking second would be Davis. So it'll be a single and an error. That'll be charged to McGuire Rasky. They'll make it second and third here with one down. And Excelsior is in position with a base hit to try and tie this ball game up.
After this game is over, Excelsior, because of the fact that they have not played a lot of Legion games so far, actually traveling with their number 2 Legion team, and that second Legion team has just arrived, and so they will play an inter-squad game later tonight after this game between the Eights and Excelsior Post 2 completes.
0-1 pitch is over for a strike, and it's now 0-2. Charlie Heemer, the first baseman, didn't particularly like the last two strike calls against him, but he's got a battle here, down 0-2 in the count. Life is working from the stretch. Here is the 0-2 pitch. He'll poke at it. He'll line it into center field for a base hit. One run will come in to score. Merkwan will cut it off, so it'll be an RBI single. Both runners had to stop there because Keno's got up but just couldn't quite get to it, as it was hit maybe about another 6 inches over his head. And it's a 2-1 ball game, as it'll be runners in the corners here with one down.
Just a defensive swing from Heemer, and he just able to get enough of the ball out over and push it out over the top of Lincoln Keenholz at shortstop, and Excelsior now has a rally going. Runners in the corners, one out here, one across here in the top of the third.
It is Dylan Hansen, the left fielder. He is 0 for 1, flew out to the left fielder. Jack Merkwan flew out to his counterpart as the first pitch is missed outside for ball one. Hansen was the one that flew it out to left field, and as soon as it left the bat, I thought there was no chance that ball was going to stay in the park. But it held up in time for Merkwan to make the catch at the front of the track, or on the track, as that one will get away from Hinkle. Coming in to score, tying the ball game up will be Davis. Taking second is Heemer. We're tied 2-2 here in the top of the third inning. Count is 2-0. Now here to Dylan Hansen.
Elliott Life showing off the newly shorn locks. Gave up the hockey hair. Probably first time in a long time he's probably had a full haircut.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. That is outside. It's now 3-0. Yeah, he had the hockey hair for up until this past week. Probably yesterday or maybe today. Got it freshly cut. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one will miss, and it's a 4-pitch walk, and the last four have now reached first and second here with one down, and it'll bring up Walter Johnson, the third baseman.
You can see that Flo has left he hasn't had a chance to get a lot of sun on the back of that neck, the way that Flo treated him for the first 3-4 weeks of the Legion season.
Here's the first pitch to Walter Johnson. Time was called. It was going to be missed for a ball, so Life will get a reprieve on that first pitch to Johnson, and Nathan Nas now will make his way out and have a chat here with Elliott Life. No action in the right field bullpen for Post State. I think you'd probably keep Life in for about as many. I would think that you're going to try and leave him in and not go over 80. So then you have to take Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. So then Saturday you come back and be able to throw in one of those two games, because you're guaranteed to play 4 games at the Minot tournament. You'll play 2 Friday, 2 on Saturday. If you win that late game on Saturday, then you'll play in the championship on Sunday. I don't believe there's a third-place game. I think it's just a championship game. So you have to win that game to play on Sunday. Otherwise, your tournament will end on Saturday night. But the Eights will probably be looking to have him return on that Saturday to throw one of those 2 games. Here's the now first pitch to Walter Johnson. That is taken for a strike. Johnson grounded back to Life in his first at-bat. Get a ground ball right back to him. He can start a 1-6-3 and probably be a 1-6-3 double play. Get you out of the inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swinging and a miss. And it's now 0-2. Or you can get a ground ball up the middle somewhere, and you'll flip from Hansen at second or flip from Keenholz at short. Jack Van Camp is now making his way down the right field bullpen. So the count 0-2 here with one down. Here's Walter Johnson's 0-2 pitch. He'll barely get a piece of it. Cued off the end of the bat as he was well out in front of that off-speed pitch. And he just stays alive at 0-2. He kind of rubbed the top of the bat, making sure that the cap didn't fall through.
A little bit of a different lineup. Probably the biggest change is Jaden Wiebe out in right field today for the Eights.
There's a line shot to Jack Merkwan. Almost got over his head. He's able to make the catch. A small hop from Jack Merkwan as he nearly overran it, but there's now 2 down. And it will bring up Margot, the right fielder.
For Jaden Wiebe, he's played a lot of second base so far this year for the Eights and for the Pierre Governor High School team. Slotted in at shortstop when Lincoln Keenholz either hasn't been here or been on the mound. Played a little bit of third base. I think this is the first time we've seen him in the outfield this year, though.
I believe so, unless he might have played the outfield Sunday morning for Post State. But here's the 0-1 pitch. As upstairs is now 1-1. Margot's 0 for 1. He struck out looking at his first at bat. That was in the top of the second. We are tied 2-2 here in the top of the third. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one is popped foul out of play. And it will get across the street. And the count is now 1-2. Here to the right fielder, Jacob Margot. Again, the Eights will play tomorrow night against Huron at 5 and 7:30. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball taken for strike 3, and LA Life's got him down and looking twice, and that will end the top of the third. 2-run score on 3 hits in the inning, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the third. We are tied at 2. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
We head to the bottom of the third inning. Post State's and Excelsior tied 2-2, as we will have 2, 3, and 4 for Post State. Jane Weeby, McGuire Askey, and Andy Gordon. Anybody reaches base, it will then go to Cade Hinkle. As we play here in the bottom of the third, new man on the mound for Excelsior. It is that left-hander that was warming up earlier in the bullpen for this Excelsior team. As I got to try and find the name here real quick.
It's Blake's, I would say Sign, S-I-G-N-H is how I've got it on my scorecard.
That looks like it would be, yep, I want to say you said Sign?
Yeah, I don't think it's, S-I-G-N-H is how it looked to be written on the scorecard. And if we're mispronouncing that, we apologize, but that's the best interpretation of the handwriting that I could come up with.
It might be even it's S-I-N-G-H on Game Changer here for so it would be even Singh. Yeah, it'd be Singh. Yeah.
Okay.
So we go Blake Singh. The coaching staff for Excelsior did not spell his name right on the lineup card, which happens occasionally. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but we get it right. Blake Singh is the going to be the pitcher here for Excelsior, here to open up the bottom of the third inning, keeping Kinsall on a pitch count. Here's the first pitch to Jaden Weeby. Swings and misses from the left-hander's first delivery, 0-1.
We'll see how Singh does in the left-hander does against this left-handed heavy lineup that the Eights will roll out tonight.
0-1 pitch. That one's grounded foul. Nathan Nas unable to make the catch, make the play over there. And the count is 0-2. Here to the number 2 hitter, Jaden Weeby. Here's the 0-2 pitch. He'll poke at it. Take one hop in front of the shortstop, Uglum. The throw to first is not in time. Weeby will beat it out, an infield single to open up the bottom of the third inning for Post States.
Yeah, nice speed from Jaden Weeby getting down the line, and a nice play from Uglum to actually make that play even close. He had to come in onto the grass to make the play, and then had to get rid of the ball very quickly and on the run, and a nice strong throw across the diamond to Hemer, but Jaden Weeby just there, just ahead of the throw.
So now here's McGuire Rasky with nobody out, one on. He'll show bunt, pulls it back, and then swings and fouls the first pitch out of play. Rasky is 0 for 1, struck out swinging. Back in the bottom of the first inning. It was a 1-2-3 inning for Kinsall. And he got himself into a little bit of trouble and gave up those 2 runs on the 2 RBI single from Matt Hansen. 0-1 pitch is left upstairs, and it's now 1-1 here to the center fielder.
Other games in South Dakota tonight. We said Pierre comes into tonight sitting at the number 5 seed. Number 2 seed Brandon Valley taking on number 14 Mitchell in a single game.
That one's fouled on a play again by Rasky.
Number 11 Yankton is at number 10 Brookings for a doubleheader tonight. Number 6 seed Harrisburg at number 3 seed Sioux Falls West for a doubleheader. And then for the second time in 2 days, number 4 Renner playing at number 1 Sioux Falls East.
That one's again popped foul and out of play, and it will stay at 1-2.
Renner and East in a rematch of the Dakota Classic Championship game from yesterday.
Little kid over there got 2 baseballs going over for that last foul ball, and it rolled right to him. Didn't have to even work for both of them. There's a line shot from Rasky towards the right center field gap, but it'll hang up for the center fielder Roberts to make the catch. And there's one down here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, and nice line drive off the bat of McGuire Rasky, but just hung up long enough for Roberts to come over into right center field and make the play. And unfortunately, the Eights have an out now in the bottom of the third inning, score knotted at 2.
Here's Andy Gordon, tripled his first time to the plate. He'll go the same way, but he'll foul it out of play, and it's 0-1 to Gordon. That only one game going on right now out of those that Greg mentioned. 7-1 a score for Brandon Valley over Mitchell in game 1 of that doubleheader. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swinging and a miss, and it's now 0-2 here to Gordon.
Gordon over top of an off-speed pitch from Singh, and again, Singh kind of a little bit of a carbon copy of Kimsel. Good fastball, good off-speed pitch.
0-2 pitch is lined right back to the shortstop, make the catch. He'll double off Wiebe, and that will retire the side. Good play there from Uglum. And we are now headed to the top of the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no one left on base. We head to the top of the 4th inning. As a tie game 2-2 here between Pierre and Excelsior. You listen to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
When something just isn't right, it's natural to talk about it.
If you had a toothache, you'd tell someone.
If you found out you had diabetes, you'd learn to take care of it. But when you're feeling stressed, sad, or worried, you're less likely to tell someone.
Why do we treat physical and mental health so differently?
There is no difference. We all need someone to talk to, and there's nothing shameful about wanting to be healthy for you.
When you just need someone to talk to, contact Rising Hope Counseling at 494-1500 or risinghope605.com.
Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Rising Hope Counseling, because if you have hope,
you have everything.
Top of the 4th inning, Elliott Life still on the mound for Post State as he will deal with 7, 8, and 9. Aiden Huteri, Josh Daniel, and Andrew Uglum be the first 3 hitters. Then back to the top of the order, and Austin Roberts. Huteri is 1 for 1. He singled back at the top of the 2nd. He was left stranded. He was the first hit of the ball game for Excelsior. Here's the first pitch from Life. It's over for strike 1 as we are underway here in the top of the 4th inning. After this game is over, we have coverage of Game 5 between Vegas and Montreal. That series tied 2-2. That one is popped up right side. Wiebe going over for it near the right field line. He will make the catch. And the leadoff man is retired. The route from Wiebe didn't look the prettiest, but hey, catch is a catch, and there's one down to open up the top of the 4th. Bring up the number 8 hitter, Josh Daniel.
And again, a position that Jaden Wiebe has not played, at least much this year. Can't speak to how much he's played out there in past years, but at least we've not seen him out there throughout the high school season or the Legion season so far. So good opportunity for him to get some experience, get some innings out in the outfield.
1-0 pitch to Daniels, fouled right back to the netting, and it's now 1-1 to Josh Daniels. Struck out looking in his lone at bat so far. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Life to Daniel. Off speed, that's outside, and it's now 2-1. The Vegas-Montreal coverage supposed to start at 7:30. Check swing, and he did not go, says first base umpire. And it's now 3-1. Count is 3-1. I think Elliott Life was a little stunned. It's not 2-2. 3-1 pitch. That one will miss, and it's going to be a one-out walk issued. And it'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Andrew Uglum.
In the rest of the scores from those South Dakota games, like John said, Brandon Valley leads Mitchell 7-1 in the bottom of the third. Bottom of the sixth, Brookings leads Yankton 4-1. Harrisburg is shutting out Sioux Falls West 7-0. That in the bottom of the fifth. And Sioux Falls East and Renner tied at 1 in the top of the fourth.
That one's shot to the right center field gap. That's going to get down for extra bases. It rolls to the bottom of the fence. Rounding third, trying to score, is going to be Daniel, and he will come around to score a stand-up RBI triple for Andrew Uglum. And Excelsior has their first lead of the ball game. They lead 3-2 on the fifth hit of the ball game for Excelsior.
61st pitch of the day for Elliott Life. Got to figure that at this point he will push out to that 80 pitch mark, which, like John said earlier, would make him available to pitch sometime on Saturday in one of those games, either the last pool play game. I think that's against Mandan, I think, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly. I'll have to look that up.
0-1 pitch is taken for strike 2, and it's now 0-2 here to the top of the order, Austin Roberts, who is 1 for 1. He walked his first time he came to the plate, and then he singled and came around to score last inning. 0-2 pitch, waits on a curveball that's grounded foul down the first base line, and remain at 0-2.
Yeah, noon start on Saturday for the Eights against Mandan, and then a semifinal game, depending on how the pool play breaks out, either at 5 or 7:30 that night.
There's a fly ball out towards right center field. Jaden Wiebe is there. He'll make the catch. Runner tagging. He's going to try and score. The throw coming to the plate. Cut off by Dean. So a sac fly for the top of the order, Austin Roberts. It is now a 4-2 lead for Excelsior.
And just good fundamental baseball. Runner on third, less than 2 outs, looking to drive something either to the right side or elevate something, get it to the outfield, and that's exactly what Roberts did. Fly ball into medium deep right center field, and more than enough to score Uglum from third on the sac fly.
First pitch to Danny Davis is taken for a strike. He is 1 for 2, singled and came around to score. Back in that top of the third inning. 0-1 pitch is another off-speed pitch curveball that's taken for a strike, and the count is now quickly 0-2 as Van Camp again throwing out in the right field bullpen for Post State. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Elliott Life to Davis. Upstairs is now 1-2.
We'll see if Life, even though he's at 68 pitches on the day, we'll see if he might come out to start the fifth inning now that he has retired Excelsior here in the top of the fourth.
A strikeout will end the inning in the top of the fourth. 2-run score on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It is a 4-2 lead for Excelsior over Pierre. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, it's Julia from Milwaukee Federal Credit Union, letting you know that our recreational special is back again, with terms up to 10 years, no payments for 90 days, and rates as low as 2.4% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let Jameson or I get you started.
People helping people. Hawaii Federal Credit Union.
Pierre Sports Center is your local Ranger Boat and Mercury Outboard dealer. They're a must-see for your Ranger boat needs. See their selection of Mercury outboard motors for more power. Pierre Sports Center can help you with financing and other boating needs. Need service for your boat or trailer to keep you going? Pierre Sports Center is your one-stop shop. Pierre Sports Center, Ranger Boats, and Mercury Outboard. A combination that can't be beat. Pierre Sports Center, 1440 North Garfield Avenue in Pierre. Or give them a call, 224-5546.
As we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, a 4-2 lead for Excelsior over Pierre. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean, as it will be Cade Hinkle, Bennett Dean, Gary Nedved. 5, 6, and 7 for the Eights. Down 4-2. Took a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the second, but 4 straight runs, 2 in each of the last 2 innings in the top of the third and top of the fourth for Excelsior, has given them a lead. Hinkle comes in 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Looking to be the leadoff man to get on base. I guess the leadoff man was on in the bottom of the third inning, got doubled off. Did Jaden Wiebe. This first pitch, a swing and a miss by Hinkle, and it's 0-1.
Hinkle played in 20 of the 21 games so far for Post 8, hitting .274 on the year. Leads the team in walks with 14. Tied for third on the team with 11 RBI, 17 hits, 3 doubles on the season, 13 runs scored for the super senior.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one will hit Hinkle, and it'll be leadoff man to be on base. It'll bring up Bennett Dean, who walked in his first trip to the plate. What game did Cade Hinkle not play in?
I don't know.
Unless it's the one that he pitched. He pitched, so he didn't hit, so he doesn't go down as in the batting order.
Well, I see here totals only reflect 20 games on the year, so somewhere there's not a game that's reflected in the offensive total, so we'll have to go back and look at that.
First pitch is missed for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is fouled back, and it's now 1-1. That's interesting. That's got me now very, very confused.
Flummoxed? Perplexed?
Sure.
Confused?
Here's a 1-1 pitch. Now 2-1 count.
Scratching your head?
I'm scratching the bald spot in the back of my head. Count is 2-1. Singh will deliver the 2-1 pitch. That we fouled back, and it's now 2-2. It was several years ago, back when I was still living in Missouri. We were doing a basketball game, and somebody from our sister station had said something to my brother about losing hair in the back of his head, and he kind of laughed, and he didn't really believe him. The count's now 3-2 as that one missed low. He took a picture of the back of his head to see how it was, because I told him, it's kind of bad. Mine's not very good either, but he turned the camera around, looked at it, and he completely it just shocked him to no end how he's balding up the top of his head. There's a ground ball to first baseman, throw to second for 1, back to first, not going to be in time. It was high on the throw. Singh couldn't come down to the bag, wouldn't have been in time anyway. It'll go down as a fielder's choice, and there's now 1 down, but a 3-6 fielder's choice, and there's 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, 2-hop ground ball to Hemer at first and pulled him about 20 plus feet off the bag and made the right play going to second to retire Hinkle with the lead runner. But then nobody. Yeah, well, Singh was late coming over to cover the bag. Hemer didn't get a chance to come back and try to cover first to try to complete the double play. Singh late covering the bag and Uglum with a strong throwing to the bag, and Singh just got there in time to glove the ball. Otherwise, we might have seen Dean standing on second.
Count is 0-2 here to Gary Nedved, the 0-2 pitch, and Nedved will float out to right field. Going over is Margot. Much easier play for him out in right field. He'll make the catch, and there's now 2 down. Of course, talking about the triple that Andy Gordon hit back in the bottom of the second that Margot had to lay out for and just miss. So now there's 2 down. I'll bring up Jack Merkwan, who walked in his first trip to the plate. Trying to get something started here. Runner on first, 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth. Down 4-2 is Post State. Here's the first pitch from Singh to Merkwant. Swings and misses. A little late on the fastball from Singh.
That weekend schedule up in Minot we'll have for you. Friday at 5 o'clock, the Eights play Watertown, Minnesota. Immediately following that game, the Eights take on the host team, the Minot Vistas.
Merkwant fouls it away, and it's now 0-2.
Noon on Saturday, Post State takes on Mandan, the Mandan Chiefs, and then they follow that with either with the semifinal game either at 5 o'clock or 7:30, depending upon how pool play goes for the Eights, and all those games are on.
Here on KCCR. 0-2 pitch is a ground ball right to the first baseman, Hemer, and he'll step on the bag to retire the side. And that'll put an end to the bottom of the fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the fifth. You listen to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you want the best prices and best selection, go to Wagner Auto in Pierre. The certified sales staff at Wagner Auto will provide you service after the sale and how to get easy financing. Check out their website, WagnerAuto.com, or stop in. They have the best prices and won't be undersold. Wagner Auto has the region's largest selection with over 280 new and quality pre-owned vehicles. GM certified pre-owned vehicles give you peace of mind with their 12-month or 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and 5-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Log on to WagnerAuto.com or stop by Wagner Auto in Pierre, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer since 1907.
Evermore Boutique, where fashion doesn't have to break the bank. See them for men's, women's, and children's clothing, shoes, accessories, and so much more. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from noon to 7, Saturdays from 11 to 6, and Sundays from noon to 5. Visit Evermore Boutique, located at 104 South Pierre Street in Pierre, or give them a call today, 605-494-0194. That's Evermore Boutique in Pierre.
As we welcome you back here, top of the fifth inning, 4-2 lead for Excelsior, Minnesota. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean, as it will be for Excelsior 3, 4, and 5. Charlie Hemer, Dylan Hansen, and Walter Johnson might reach his base. So we go back to Jacob Margot. LA Life with 69 pitches so far. We'll see how long this inning goes, how long he can go in this inning before they relieve Life and bring out Jack Van Camp, who all indicators point to him being the first reliever, as I believe he's going to be making his way back out there right now and throwing a little bit. First pitch, number 3, hitter is taken high for ball 1. That's Charlie Hemer. Made a couple of good plays in that last inning. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will bounce in. It's now 2-0. Hemer got the go-ahead RBI. Excuse me, got the tying RBI. I guess he made it 2-1. Brought in that run. He was able to just throw the barrel at the ball, and able to float over the shortstop's head of Lincoln Keenels, and the count's now 2-1 as he chopped that foul at the plate. Van Camp warming up out in left field or right field. Leadoff man here in the top of the fifth inning. A 4-2 lead for Excelsior. 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Post State 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error so far. There's a fly ball to center field. Running in is Rasky. He'll land in front for a leadoff single. For Charlie Hemer is now 2 for 3, and they'll bring up Dylan Hansen.
Pitch number 73 on the day for Elliott Life, and so in all likelihood, depending upon how deep into the count he goes here with Dylan Hansen. This potentially likely is Life's last batter of the day.
First pitch is upstairs to Dylan Hansen. He is 0 for 1, flew out to the left field of Merkwant. He walked in his second trip to the plate, left stranded over at first base. This might be a rare occasion that you see Life potentially getting pulled in the middle of a hitter. 1-0 pitch is over for a strike, and it's now 1-1. Especially if they want to keep him under 80 pitches, they might pull him after the 79th pitch of the game, whether that's at a 3-2 count, a 0-1 count, whatever it might be, because it doesn't go back. You can only go past 105, and then have to be taken out. As the one pitch is taken for a strike. It's now 1-2. But if he throws his 80th pitch in this at bat, it doesn't go backwards. It'll stay right there. You can't finish the at bat for that. For the fact that you can come back in 3 days. Here's a 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Elliott Life will get another strikeout. There's now one down here in the top of the 5th inning. And Coach Brian White making his way out. Looks like that will be it for Elliott Life, and even with a couple pitches still left, it's probably good for Jack Van Camp to come in and face a new batter. So Elliott Life's day is done on the mound. We will tell you the changes. We'll tell you about Jack Van Camp's numbers when we come back. Here in a minute, you listen to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
As we welcome you back here, Jack Van Camp is now on the mound for Post States as he will look to keep this a 4-2 ball game with Excelsior on top. Runner on first with one down. Van Camp had the rare, 2 wins in one outing, one day. He is on the mound. He is 2-2 with a save. He did have a save, and he did pick up a loss on Wednesday as he picked up a save against 22 and then ended up getting the loss against 22 in that same day. But he picked up 2 wins. Let's see, was it against – boy, I'm trying to think now, remember who it was that he picked the 2 wins up against. But he came in relief in game 1. I think it might have been against runner 2. First pitch is taken for a strike. But yeah, he came in, picked up a win, then started game 2 and got the win in game number 2 as well. 0-1 pitch, swinging and fouled back, and it's now 0-2 here to Walter Johnson, who is 0 for 2. Johnson grounded back to life on the mound in his first at-bat, also flew out to the left fielder, Merquan. And back-to-back innings in the second and third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's outside, and it's now 1-2.
No, I think it was. As I scroll back through my schedule, it was the Mitchell doubleheader on June 10th. Came in and threw an inning and a third of relief as the Eights got a late run to win that game, the first game 4-3, and then took the second game 5-2 as Van Camp started game 2 and then went. And let me just pull up that game real quick.
Here's a 2-2 pitch to Johnson. That's outside and is now 3-2.
Went 4 innings of no-hit ball, gave up 1 run, 4 walks in game number 2 against Mitchell post 18.
So now here's the payoff pitch. Runner takes off. There's a ground ball to the second baseman, Hansen. He'll go to second, trying to get the runner out at second. He threw it just a little wide of Keno's, couldn't make the grab. As now first and second here, and the arrow will be charged to Hansen. Don't see that very often with trying to make that quick play with the runner taking off for second. But looking to make that potential turn that double play, but instead it's first and second here with one down and bring up Jacob Margot.
Ball that hit not overly hard, and with the runner off with the pitch, probably the best play in hindsight. And luckily you and I don't have to make those decisions on the fly, John, but in hindsight probably would have been better just get the out at first base and concede the runner going into second.
1-0 pitch is outside, and it's quickly 2-0 to Jacob Margot. Runners at first and second here with one down the top of the 5th. Is the second error of the ball game from Post State. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 2-1.
We talked about it off air while Van Camp was warming up. Depending upon how efficient he is, Post State may likely need a third arm to get through this game today. Speculation we had up here is that it might be Lincoln Keenholz to potentially finish this game out for the Eights.
Count is 3-1 here to Jacob Margot. Van Camp from the stretch, 3-1 pitch. That's going to be a walk, and the bases are now loaded. Here with one down the top of the fifth inning. Not the start that Van Camp was hoping for. He went up 0-2 in the count against Walter Johnson, then ended up being a full count before getting him to hit a ground ball. That was actually the third error of the ball game for Post State. And then a 4-pitch walk to Margot to bring up Huteri. First pitch, swing and a miss. Huteri drops down to a knee, trying to swing at that one. He's 1-2. Trying to look like Adrian Beltre. Swing and drop down to a knee. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is taken for a strike, and the count is now 0-2.
And if he can hit like Adrian Beltre, we'll give him props.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Here's a line shot, and that's through for a base hit. One run will come in to score. Here comes the second run coming in. The throw coming towards Dean. He'll cut it off. He'll fake the throw to third, and his first and third with one down. 2 runs single for Huteri, and it's a 6-2 lead now for Excelsior.
Yeah, hard hit ground ball right through the right side. No chance for the Post State infield to make a play on that, and Excelsior extends the lead out 6-2 now here in the top of the fourth. Excelsior with 2 runs in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth so far.
Then bring up Josh Daniel, who is 0 for 1. Struck out looking and also drew a walk. Here's the first pitch from Van Camp. It's outside for ball 1. Bottom of the order is getting the job done for Excelsior. 7, 8, and 9. Been on base 4 times. Have the 7 times they've come to the plate. Now this is their 8th plate appearance. 3 RBIs between 7, 8, and 9. As it counts now 2-0 here to Josh Daniel.
If you're not familiar with Excelsior, Minnesota, one of the western suburbs of Minneapolis, kind of tucked right on the shores of Lake Minnetonka.
That one's flown out to McGuire. Rasky dives but can't make the catch. As rounding second, heading for third. The throw coming from Wiebe. Another run trying to come in to score. The throw to the plate. Hinkle missed the ball. And rounding third now and coming in to score. All 3 runs will come in to score as the ball bounced around away from Van Camp. So 3 runs all coming to score on the RBI single. Actually, 2 RBI double for Josh Daniel. And then he comes in on the throwing error. Actually, might be an error charge to Hinkle missing the throw. But they score all 3 runs as now 9-2. And clears the bases now 1 down, still in the top of the 5th inning.
Excelsior's broken this game open with 5 here in the top of the 5th. Match the crooked number on the board with the inning.
Here is now Andrew Uglum. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. And he's gotten away from Post State. A single, an error, a single, double, and another error. So 2 errors in this inning, along with 3 hits, have exploded this lead for Excelsior as it counts now 1-1. There's a 7th man to come to plate already in this inning. Uglum, he is 1 for 2 with a RBI triple in his last at-bat. Counts now 2-1. And again, for Jack Van Camp, trying to keep him at a pitch count, probably have him come out before the 30 pitch count so he can come back and throw tomorrow because he will not be with the team on the weekend. 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss as Uglum tried to chase upstairs, climb the ladder, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, Huron will come in with a record of 5-11 on the year. Huron also down in the Dakota Classic. They lost to Harrisburg 13-5. They lost to the Creighton Plep Junior Varsity 4-1. Lost to the same Shakopee team that eliminated Post State 13-0, and then lost to Kindred North Dakota 9-8. Went 0-4 on the weekend.
There's a strikeout to Andrew Uglum as he is now 1 for 3. First pitch to Roberts was taken for ball 1. Roberts coming to the plate. He is 1 for 1 so far with a sac fly RBI in his last plate appearance. The count's quickly now 2-0 here, the center fielder. Singled back in the third. He walked in the first inning. Hit a sac fly out to right field back in the top of the fourth. As that one's taken at the letters, now 2-1. Brookings beat Yankton here 6-1. And the first of that's a doubleheader. As it's now 2-2.
I don't know that we talked about Jack Van Camp's numbers on the year.
2-2 pitch. Comes inside, nearly hits Roberts. Is now 3-2.
For Van Camp, this is his 6th appearance on the year. He started 3 games. He's 2-2 on the year. He does have a save, 14 2/3 innings pitched. .96 ERA and a whip of 1.36. Leads the second on the team in strikeouts with 19.
That one's fouled away. This remains at 3-2. As Van Camp might be reaching his pitch count total of what Post 8 wants him to go. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one's a walk, and that might end Van Camp's afternoon as he's unable to get out of this inning. And Jaden Wiebe now will be the next man to come and pitch for Post 8. We will step aside for a minute, come back and tell you the changes. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre.
Jane Wiebe is now on the mound for Post 8. Jack Van Camp will take over in right field as Post 8 dealing with a 9-2 deficit here in the top of the 5th inning, a 5-run 5th, and still looking to increase that lead with a runner on first base. The number 9 man, ninth man to come to the plate. Danny Davis will be the first one to greet Wiebe as he's finishing up his warm-up tosses. Wiebe pitched well against Post 22 back on Wednesday this past week. He got hit around the first inning, but really settled in and ended up picking up the win for Post 8 over the 22 Hard Hats.
For Jaden Wiebe, this will be his 5th appearance on the year. Has 1 start in his 11 2/3 innings pitched. He does have a record of 1-0, a 6.00 ERA, a whip of 2.237, strikeouts on the year to go with 16 hits, 11 runs, 10 of them earned, 10 walks on the year for Jaden Wiebe.
So here is Danny Davis. He is 1 for 3 so far. First pitch, he'll swing at it right back to Wiebe. He makes the play, able to glove it and throws out the runner. So he threw 1 pitch to get out of that inning, and it was a bullet right back at him. That will end it here at the top of the 5th inning as 5 runs came in to score for Excelsior. They have a 9-2 lead after 4.5. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
this is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
As we welcome you back here in the bottom of the fifth inning, 9-1-2 for Post State as they trail by 7 to Excelsior. Matt Hansen, Lincoln Keenels, and Jaden Wiebe were the first three hitters. He might reach his base. It'll be McGuire Rasky. As the Eights have a lot of work in front of them, down 9-2 right now. They had a 2-0 lead, but it's been 9 straight from this Excelsior team to take a 7-run lead and a comfortable 7-run lead. And this is it, but if you're Post State, this is the time to start making some noise, especially having the top of the order due up second in this bottom of the fifth inning.
Yeah, and we'll see if Matthew Hansen can start it off tonight, possibly maybe spark a little bit of a comeback for Matthew Hansen, hitting .273 on the year so far. Leads the team in being hit by pitches, his claim to fame so far. Leads them with 5, 15 hits and 55 at-bats, a pair of doubles, 6 RBIs, 9 runs scored.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Hansen. That's missed outside. He does have the 2 RBIs in this ball game. Picked up that 2 RBI single, driving in both Dean and Gordon to make it a 2-0 lead for Post State at the time, but now trailed 9-2. That one's at the letters to Hansen. That counts now 2-1. Be followed by Keenels and Jaden Wiebe. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one was also outside and is now 3-1. The Eights down to their last 9 outs in this ball game before then taking on Huron tomorrow. There's a line shot from Hansen, actually a little floater that will be caught by the shortstop Uglum. And the leadoff man retired to open up the bottom of the fifth. And it'll bring up Lincoln Keenels. Keenels 0 for 2. Struck out looking, and 3 pitches to open up the ball game. Didn't even swing the bat. And then grounded out to the third baseman. And Johnson to end the bottom of the second.
Wind not much of a factor today for this game between Pierre Post State and Excelsior, much unlike the elimination game against Shakopee the other night in Harrisburg.
Keenels will fly that one out of play. It's now 1-1. We're a little worried. Well, I don't know if maybe you're worried or not, but I was worried because the press box in Harrisburg likes to shake when someone walks up the stairs. So you get someone walking up the stairs with the wind. It's getting seasick. 1-1 pitches. Fouled out of play. It's now 1-2.
Yeah, just kind of an old-style press box up on some pretty stout 4x4s, but in that 25-plus mile-an-hour wind that we had on Sunday down in Harrisburg, that thing was rocking back and forth, especially toward the end of the game.
Count is now 2-2 here to Keenels. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball right side, backhanded by the first baseman Hemer. He'll run to the bag and tag out Keenels to lead, or now 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth inning, and it will bring up Jaden Wiebe, who is 1 for 2. Wiebe single, but then was doubled off with a line shot to Uglum to end the third inning. As Singh, who came in the third, really hasn't a whole lot of trouble so far. Just 1 run left on base. He's allowed 3 base runners, but 1 was on a fielder's choice. So somebody else was retired. Then he was able to double off the other runner. And Wiebe, as the 0-1 pitch, will be fouled straight back, and it's now 0-2. So a couple of good innings here from Singh. I don't know how long they're going to have him throw. But Singh has done a very good job. 0-2 pitch. Wiebe will foul it off his leg, and we'll do it again here at 0-2.
39th pitch of the day for for Singh. The next break point on the pitch count rules is at 45, but there's no activity in the Excelsior bullpen, so you got to figure that he may be going at least out to 60 right now.
As the 0-2 pitch came inside, Wiebe was able to hold up, and the count is now 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Wiebe swings and misses with the off-speed pitch well out in front of it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Singh. As we head now to the top of the sixth inning, Post State trailing Excelsior 9-2. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
ATVs provide wonderful outdoor recreation, but they can also rapidly spread noxious weeds. An ATV can pick up noxious weeds in one area and spread them to the next area in which it is used. When you finish your ride, make sure your ATV is free of weeds and weed seeds. Cleaning your machine is important in stopping the spread of noxious weeds like leafy spurge. To find out how you can help prevent the spread of noxious weeds, call the South Dakota Department of Agriculture or your local county weed and pest supervisor.
It is the top of the sixth inning. Post State's down 9-2 as we will have 3, 4, and 5. Just like it started out in the top of the fifth inning. Charlie Heemer, Dylan Hansen, and Walter Johnson, all 9 men came to the plate last inning for Excelsior. They're playing in 2 games here at Hyatt Stadium today. This is the only game that Post State is playing. They'll play Excelsior 1 versus Excelsior number 2. In the game after this one, you get a little bit of extra work. And I guess if you also make it a exhibition game, Greg, that doesn't really matter about pitch count. You can have someone throw. It doesn't really matter how long they throw. If it doesn't count for your record, it doesn't count as a Legion game. It kind of basically goes down as an inter-squad game, and you can do whatever you want. Throw as many pitches as you want, and it won't hurt your pitch count, and you can come back tomorrow and throw if you needed to.
Yep, would be really nothing more than a glorified practice.
First pitch, swing and a miss by Charlie Heemer, who was 2 for 3, an RBI single back in the top of the third inning. 0-1 pitch, waits on the curveball, grounds it over to Hansen at second. Leadoff man retired here on the top of the sixth. You're listening to KCCR Pier 8 Riverfront Broadcasting Station, just past 7 o'clock. Dylan Hansen now, who's 0 for 2, will come to the plate. Vegas and Montreal, Game 5 coming up at 7:30 or whenever this game is done. Looking forward to I know Greg's going to be listening intently to that game as much as Greg loves his hockey. Here's the first pitch over for strike one.
What's going on tonight?
Yeah. You say curling? No, hockey. Count is 0-1 here to Dylan Hansen.
Field hockey? You're doing field hockey now?
Here's the 0-1 pitch. On that side, it's now 1-1. That'd be interesting to do some field hockey. I would think it would be basically a combination of calling soccer and hockey, and it would make it would be interesting to have that. There is a high fly ball out to left center field. Jack Merkwan will call for it. He'll call off Rasky. He'll make the catch, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the sixth, and it'll bring up Walter Johnson as Wiebe's looking for a 1-2-3 inning.
Was channel surfing and going through the channel lineup last night. Came across the Big Ten Network, and listing showed classic field hockey, and there's just something struck me about that. I mean,
you watched it a little bit?
No, well, I just having never watched field hockey, I just had never thought of the fact that you probably could have a classic field hockey game. I suppose not to demean field hockey, is just new sport, just have no experience with it.
Counts 2-0 here to Walter Johnson. If you're listening and you are a field hockey fan or have played field hockey, Greg's number is
605-555-5555.
The count's now 2-1. You can direct your complaints to him over there.
Yeah, like I said, it just kind of struck me, sort of odd. Like I just had never thought of the fact that I'm sure there's a number of classic field hockey games. I'm sure there's a number of classic curling matches or classic badminton matches. I mean, just stuff that we just don't think about a lot.
Counts 2-2. That one was fouled back by Walter Johnson. I believe badminton is a summer sport in the Olympics.
Yes.
And because, I guess technically it's been 5 years since I've then watched badminton, as that one's fouled out of play. But the incredible speed that badminton goes in the Olympics, and I'm sure every professional badminton player, the speed of it is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yep.
I am absolutely amazed on how fast that game of badminton goes. 2-2 pitch, curveball taken for strike 3. Walter Johnson will go down looking, and that will end the inning here in the top of the 6th. So 1-2-3 inning for Jane Weeby. We had the bottom of the 6th, Post State trailing 9-2. Listen to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master. The clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium, bottom of the 6th inning, Aiden Hutari is now the new man on the mound for Excelsior, as he will deal with 3, 4, and 5. McGuire Rasky, Andy Gordon, and Cade Hinkle. Might reach his base. It'll be Bennett Dean. The Eights down by 7. 9 straight runs have been scored by Excelsior after trailing 2-0. They're coming in 2-2 on the season as Excelsior. They got I guess Minnesota standards. Maybe they didn't get as late of a start as what we might think here in South Dakota. They played in the state semifinal before their season began in the high school season, so they had to wait maybe a little bit longer than some of these other teams to start their season. But they're playing in just their 5th game now of the year. They were supposed to play Renner last night, but Sioux Falls East beat Renner in the championship game in the Dakota Classic, so they had to cancel that game with Excelsior. And Sioux Falls East and Renner actually playing it against each other again here tonight in a one-game matchup. First pitch to McGuire Rasky's taken low for ball 1.
A couple of other games still in action. Brandon Valley has extended their lead out over Mitchell, now leading 13-1 in the top of the 5th. That's just a single game. If that score stays, that will be an early ending to that game. And then Renner in the top of the 5th leads Sioux Falls East, looking for a little bit of a revenge. Now leading 4-3 are the Renner Royals.
2-0 pitch is over for a strike to Rasky. Now 2-1. He's 0 for 2. Struck out swinging and also flew out to the center fielder. And it's 2 trips to the plate. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one will bounce in, go off the shin guard of the umpire. And it's now a 3-1 count from Aiden Hutari, the new pitcher on the mound for Excelsior. Their 3rd pitcher they have used, Post State, and their 3rd pitcher as well. Might even see one more pitching change, depending on how the pitch count is looking for Jade Weeby. 3-1 pitch is on the outside corner, and the count is now full 3-2 here to McGuire Rasky. The right-hander, Hutari, will deliver the full count pitch. Rasky goes the other way. He'll line it into left field for a base hit. The leadoff man is aboard here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And with Weeby on the mound, we'll give you the pitching lines on the night for the two post-8 pitchers that have already seen action. For the starter, Elliott Life goes 4 1/3 innings, gives up 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 77 pitches, 50 strikes. That's the encouraging part. It was right around the strike zone all night long. 50 strikes out of 77 pitches to the 22 batters that Elliott Life faced for Jack Van Camp. Just a third of an inning, 2 hits, 4 runs allowed, but just 1 of them earned. 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 29 pitches on the day for Jack Van Camp.
1-0 pitch is just outside, now 2-0 here to Andy Gordon. Gordon is 1 for 2. He tripled, came around to score. At that time was the game's first run, along with Benedine scoring to make it 2-0. That one is over at the letters, now 2-1. But then he lined out, or he popped out the shortstop, and Uglum back in the third inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one will bounce low, and it's now 3-1.
Didn't hear. Maybe you knew that, or no, because we were talking to one of the Excelsior faithful before the game started.
There's a ground ball. The shortstop Uglum gets to first man. The throw back to first is not going to be in time. Now Gordon will take off for second. He's going to be in a pickle trying to get back to the bag. The throw is going to get away from the first baseman again, so Gordon's going to get back to the bag. It'll go down as a fielder's choice. And as 2 throws got away, there's no technical error that will be charged to anybody because Gordon never advanced to base. But there is 1 down and a runner on first base.
Yeah. Andy Gordon ran a long way for a fielder's choice on that play because he made the turn and got about over halfway to second base before Davis, the catcher, had backed up the throw to first base and actually had Gordon dead to rights if he had gone into second base.
That one's popped up third base side. The third baseman will go over Johnson, make the catch, and there is now 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th.
Actually had Gordon dead to rights, and Gordon put the brakes on, realized that Heemer, Davis, and the pitcher, Terry, none of them were back covering the base, and he was able to scamper back and get safely back into first base.
So here is now Benedine with 2 away. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Runner on first with 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Post State's down their final 4 outs of this ball game, down by 7. Need to start a big rally. There's a ground ball, first base side, that'll be foul. And it's now a 1-1 count. Gordon will lead away from first. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Benedine. That one will miss low and outside. It is now 2-1.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the wind only out of the northeast tonight, 5 miles an hour here in this game between Excelsior and Post 8.
There's a ground ball to the shortstop, Uglum. He'll go the long way to first. He'll retire the side here in the bottom of the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the 7th. Excelsior has a 9-2 lead over Pierre. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at ComtechPlus.com.
As we welcome you back here, top of the 7th inning, it'll be Jacob Margot, Aiden Huteri, and Josh Daniel will be the first 3 hitters. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean. 9-2 lead for Excelsior as we head into the 7th inning. As the train rolls by, we'll be hearing some trains out in Minot. It will be much louder than what any Pierre train has. That is, I mean, I'm telling you, Minot is the loudest I've ever heard trains that I've not been literally like right next to as the, like we're pretty close to the train track right here. But I think the Minot, maybe just because the grandstand echoes it a little bit more, it just sounds so much louder in Minot.
Well, that track is elevated out in left field, and I think there's some, if I remember right, I think there's some structures or a berm on the far side of the tracks, and so I think that noise actually does come back, and then that grandstand in Minot is an all concrete grandstand. We'll talk about that this weekend, but probably one of the more picturesque fields that Post State plays on during the year. Just a real old school feeling to Corbett Field up there. Have to see if there's a plaque somewhere on the grandstand, but it's certainly has a look of a 1940s kind of field to it.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Margot. He'll foul it back, and it's now 1-1. First game on Friday is at 5 o'clock. Doubleheader for Post State, playing Watertown, Minnesota, and then Minot. All the games will be on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. There's a fly ball out towards center field. McGuire Rasky going back. He will make the catch. And the leadoff man is retired to open up the top of the 7th inning. And I'll bring up Aiden Utari, who is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in the ball game for Excelsior. He singled home those 2 runs back in the top of the 5th inning when they scored 5 runs. That exploded their lead from a 2-run lead up to a 7-run lead. Ground ball off the foot of Futari. The 0-1. He's the pitcher now for Excelsior. He'll probably go out in the bottom of the 7th inning to try and finish it out for this Excelsior team, trying to win their 3rd game of the season. As it's now a 1-1 count, but they are just 2-2. So unlike Post State playing in their 22nd game, this is for the Excelsior team just their 5th ball game of the year. 1-1 pitch on the outside edge, now 1-2.
Eight's playing their 22nd game of the Legion season, 26 games in the high school season. So collectively, the 48th game of the year for most of these young men.
There's a strikeout pitch in the dirt, getting up by Hinkle, caught up by Hinkle, and he'll throw out Utari at first base. Be a strikeout 2-3, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the 7th, and it will bring up Josh Daniel, who is 1 for 2 in the ball game, doubled home 2 runs. That's what really opened it up, getting that back-to-back. He ended up coming around to score even with an error too, so 3 runs came in to score, but all 5 of those runs came in to score in just 2 at-bats for Excelsior, back-to-back at-bats. As the first pitch to Daniel misses for ball 1. He's also struck out looking and drew a walk in his 3 trips to the plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's taken for a strike and is now 1-1.
Yeah, the big 4th inning broke open this game. Was 4-2 going into the 4th, but that 5-run 4th inning kind of was the exclamation point so far. We'll see if the Eights can put together a big rally here in the bottom of the 7th. They're 1 out away from getting the bats back in their hand.
That one's fouled back, and it's now 2-2. I believe something happened with the scoreboard there, because it's technically it's the top of the 7th. Everything got pushed up a slot because that was the 5th inning they scored those 5 runs.
Well, that's what I was thinking, and then I looked out the scoreboard and
it was
maybe
right.
maybe I was just seeing things.
Yeah,
but
it was right earlier, so I don't know what exactly happened to it. But here's a 2-2 pitch again, swing and a miss, and that will retire the side here in the top of the 7th inning. A 1-2-3 inning for the Eights. And for Jaden Weeby, head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for Post State, down by 7. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
South Dakota didn't always have a capital, or even a permanent settlement for that matter. There wasn't always a river city on the Missouri River. And before First Dakota filed the first charter in 1872, there wasn't always a bank in South Dakota. Every timeless institution, tradition, and thriving business was started somewhere by someone who had a dream and the passion to make it happen first. What will be your South Dakota first? Visit firstdakota.com/first. Member FDIC.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or Post State apparel? All Around Graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All Around Graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue or call 224-4677. All Around Graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop.
As we head to the bottom of the seventh inning, it'll be for Post State 7, 8, and 9. But Jack Van Camp will be the man hitting for Post State, as he had to come in place of Gary Nedved as he stayed in the field. So Van Camp will be the first man to hit, and then it'll be followed by number 8 hitter Jack Merquant, and then Matt Hansen. Van Camp, he's coming in 400 so far on the year. He was able to hit in 5 games. He's 2 for 5. He does have a triple. And he has not driven anybody in. He scored 3 runs in his 6 plate appearances. Here's the first pitch to Van Camp. Swinging a ground ball. That's through on the right side for a leadoff hit. And if you're wanting to make a comeback, 7-run comeback, this is how you start it. You got to get that first man on base. And it'll bring up now Jack Merquant.
Yep, you just put good at-bats together. That's really all it comes down to, is just go up and find a way to get on base. Base hit, walk, error, hit by pitch, however you got to do it.
First pitch to Jack Merquant is missed low for ball 1. Again, here in 10 minutes, hockey will begin. If it does not, if the game is not over in the next 10 minutes, we will keep it here and send you out to Vegas a little bit later. But if we'll try and get you out to Vegas as soon as we can. That one's line foul, and it's now 1-1 here to Merquant.
You almost sound like a travel agent. We'll get you out to Vegas as soon as we can.
Oh, hey, if only I was booking the flight for myself and being able to go for free, that'd be great. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball that's over for a strike, and it's now 1-2. I wish I could. But travel agent is not for me. That is not in my...
Not on your bucket list of future professions?
No. 1-2 pitch. That one's popped up, foul territory, and it will land off the screen. And it will be now still 1-2.
Sioux Falls East has come back to tie their game with Renner in the bottom of the 7th, and they're headed for extra innings, tied 4-4.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Merquant. That one's in the dirt, get to the backstop. Van Camp will take second. He'll round. He'll have a hard turn at second, but will settle up at second base without 2-2 count with a runner in score position. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Post 8 down by 7. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one is taken for strike 3, and Merquant will go down on strikes. And there's one away, as Merquant will be 0 for 2 in the ball game, and that'll bring up now Matt Hansen, who has driven in the lone run to the ball game. 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI single. Trying to extend this, or at least get this back to the top of the order, was still just 1 down.
Does the broadcaster's jinx extend on to what I was thinking at the time? Because just before Merquant struck out, I was thinking that other than Gary Nedved, Jack Merquant probably was swinging as hot a bat as anybody on the Post 8 roster, and then next pitch he goes down looking. So
I don't think it'll extend to into thoughts.
Thoughts?
No.
Okay.
Only in words that are said.
So I don't have to take the blame for that strikeout, is what you're saying.
No, not at all. Because I think there's a lot of people that always think about no-hitters and perfect games going on, but they don't say anything about it, and it happens. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Hansen. He'll ground that one foul just past third base coach Nathan Nas. And the count is now 1-2. As it'll be a slow stroll. Well, now it's speeding up. The Excelsior bench player was slowly making his way out there. Then he realized that the game was going to be put on hold until he was able to pick it up. So he sped up a little bit out there. Here's a 1-2 pitch now to Matt Hansen. Curveball upstairs. It's now 2-2. On deck is Lincoln Keenels in the top of the order.
Be nice to see the Eights put together a little rally here in the bottom of the seventh. Try to generate a little offense. Maybe let that carry over into tomorrow night's doubleheader against Huron Post 7.
Count is 3-2 now here to Matt Hansen. One down here in the bottom of the seventh. 3-2 pitch. Hansen will chop it over towards the third baseman. Charging in is going to be Johnson. The throw to first. It is not in time, and Hansen will beat it out. An infield single. And it's first and second here with one down. And it'll bring up Lincoln Keenels.
I think that ball kind of fooled Johnson a little bit. He kind of sat back for a fraction of a second at third base before he realized that he had to charge that ball pretty hard, and actually came in, made the play, and then threw the ball on the run. But speedy Matt Hansen able to just beat the throw out going to first base, and the Eights, like I said, starting to string together a couple of good at bats and have runners first and second now with one out, and even though they're down 9-2 here in the bottom of the seventh.
1-0 pitch to Keenels is upstairs. Is now 2-0. Keenels 0 for 3. Struck out looking, grounded out to the third baseman, and also grounded out to the first baseman. Here's a 2-0 pitch. There's a chopper that's foul. And it's now 2-1.
Eights pretty much back to full strength tonight for the first time in a while. Like you'd said earlier, Lincoln Keenhol's back with the team after being gone for a good share of last week. Spencer Lettler back with the team after being on a mission trip. Jack Van Camp in uniform tonight after he deals with his coaching duties.
There's a ground ball off the glove of the third baseman of Johnson, and it will score one run. Keenels will make his way to second. And what almost was a game-ending double play will extend the ball game as a 9-3 game as the first error charged to Excelsior here in the ball game.
A ball with a lot of topspin, two hopper right down the line, and Johnson goes over to backhand it and just kind of came up on him at the last second off his glove, and then rolls all the way over to the fence down the third base line, and the Eights now have runners second and third with one out here, and game's tightened up to now 9-3 in favor of Excelsior.
First pitch is over for strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Wiebe. He'll line that one foul out of play, and it's now 0-2. Actually, it's going to come back into fair territory, hit the tree, and came back into play. Wiebe is 1 for 3 so far. Singled back in the third inning. He was doubled off. He also flew out to right field and struck out swinging. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Wiebe. He'll reach for it, spoil it, foul it over to the first base dugout, and it will stay 0-2. Good swing there by Wiebe to protect down 2 strikes in the count.
Got fooled on an off-speed pitch and just able to get enough of it to stay alive here at 0-2.
0-2 pitch again, that's grounded foul another time. We'll have another 0-2 pitch upcoming.
Good battle from Jaden Wiebe right here. Trying to stay alive. Base hit likely plates a pair, and all of a sudden things start to get a little interesting if we can get a base hit here.
Here's the 0-2 pitch again. Another chopper foul. We'll do it again for a fourth time at 0-2.
And just at 0-2 as a hitter, you just have to expand your strike zone a little bit and maybe swing at some things that maybe you typically wouldn't if you're ahead in the count.
Another ground ball foul. So we'll have a fifth 0-2 pitch upcoming. The seventh pitch of the at-bat.
All of them strikes.
Now all of them strikes so far. Here's the 0-2 pitch again. That one reached for it, bringing a run home, and that one's going to be missed by the shortstop, Uglum. And it's now a 9-4 ball game. And it's first and second. That'll be an air charge to Uglum. So back-to-back errors from Excelsior, and the lead's been trimmed to 5, 9-4. McGuire Rasky now the plate with runners at first and second.
Just kind of a softly hit ground ball. Uglum comes in charging and probably had to just take his eye off the ball at the last second as Lincoln Keenholz kind of was shifting back and forth at second base and maybe distracted Uglum just for a fraction of a second. The ball just kind of took a bounce over the top of his glove and out into center field.
1-0 pitch is popped foul on the left side, and it's now 1-1.
Eights get a run out of the play on the error by Uglum and now find themselves down 9-4, but have runners on first and second with one out. Base hit off the bat of Rasky again would make things kind of interesting here in the seventh.
1-1 pitch is on the outside edge, is now 1-2. Rasky, he is 1 for 3 so far. He singled back in the bottom of the sixth inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Utari to Rasky. Fouled away. And we will do it again here at 1-2.
Again, the Eights doing a nice job with the two-strike count, and they did a nice job battling down in Sioux Falls over the weekend. We're able to put together some good at-bats, get some runs across the plate with 2 strikes.
1-2 pitch is looked at for strike 3, and there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the sixth inning. And it will bring up Andy Gordon with 2 away, runners at first and second. Here in the bottom of the seventh inning, down the final strike. Here's the first pitch to Gordon. Line shot right back up the middle. That's a base hit. Rounding third is going to be Keenholz. He's going to come and try and score. The throw is going to be cut off, and it's a 9-5 ball game. And still with runners at first and second. An RBI single for Gordon. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game.
And all of a sudden, the Eights bring the tying run to the on-deck circle, and so kind of a never say die spirit right now out of the green and white.
Hinkle is 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch back in the fourth inning. First pitch to him, swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Going
to be just a tad late going to the now what sport are we is coming on at 7:30?
You know what sport it is. Don't give me that. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Hinkle. Ground ball the right side. It'll be fielded by the first baseman, Hemer. He'll flip to Atari covering, and that will retire the side and end the ball game. As Post State will fall here at 9-5 to Excelsior, Minnesota. 3 runs, though, do score in the bottom of the seventh inning for Post State. 9-5 is our final score. We will step aside for 2 minutes, come back, and wrap this one up. Listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Verdig Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verdig Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Verdig Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Verdig Electric, 224-8684.
Are you driving a 2014 or newer vehicle? Are there less than 100,000 miles on it? Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is prepared to give you top dollar. Again, if your ride is 2014 or newer with less than 100,000 miles, Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you top dollar for it right now. Trade it in or sell it to us. Doesn't matter. Your vehicle has never been worth more than it is right now. Stop in at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayflt.com.
Overhead Door Company of Pierre is a locally owned business specializing in the sale, service, and installation of residential and commercial garage doors. They provide quality, dependable products with constant service and the peace of mind you need. Overhead Door is one of the most recognized and most respected brand in the garage door industry. For installation and repairs, call Overhead Door Company today at 224-6200. That's 224-6200.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
As we welcome you back here to Hyde Stadium as a final score 9-5 for Excelsior over Post State. John McClure alongside Greg Dean as Greg, the Excelsior took advantage of a couple of those middle innings, 3-4, the third, fourth, and fifth, when they scored all 9 of their runs. They scored 9 in a row after trailing 2-0. Excelsior had a good game here. Post State played well, but Excelsior took advantage of 4 errors from Post State and scored those 9 runs, especially that fifth inning where they scored 5 runs on 2 errors in that inning from Post State.
Yeah, and I think it was a night where it was an opportunity for Post State to get back out on the field after the weekend in Sioux Falls, and just get in some work. Got an opportunity to get several innings on out of Elliott Life tonight as the starter. I got an opportunity to see Jack Van Camp. I suspect we will probably see him in a start tomorrow night against Huron, and then another opportunity to see Jaden Wiebe, who continues to play well here in his rookie season for the Eights, and an opportunity to see some different pitching and just get some work. And so even though the scoreboard didn't reflect it, I think overall this is a good night for Post State as they come out of here, and will look to head into the doubleheader tomorrow night at 5 o'clock against Huron Post 7, and then head to Minot, North Dakota on Friday.
Yeah, they will play Huron 5 o'clock. We'll start that doubleheader against that Huron team here on KCCR, and then it will be 5 and 7:30, and then up to Minot this weekend. All games here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post State will fall to Excelsior 9-5. They had 7 hits in the ball game. It was 9 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, and 5 men left on base for Excelsior. 5 runs, 7 hits, 4 errors, and 6 men left on base for Post State in this ball game, where the time of the ball game was just a little over 2 hours, right at 2 hours and 1 minute for the Post State and Excelsior here this evening. So, Greg, final thoughts on this game for Post State and Excelsior?
Just a couple of very, very good, very quality Legion baseball teams, and so even though the errors maybe were a little higher than what you'd like to see, I think just an opportunity to get some work in on both sides as both these teams are headed to weekend tournaments to try and just work out a few of the kinks. Had an opportunity to see 3 pitchers on each side, and so this is going to be a good stretch coming up for the Eights. The doubleheader tomorrow night against Huron, and then 4, maybe 5 games over the weekend up in North Dakota.
And Post State will be back here tomorrow, 5 o'clock at the start of that doubleheader. It'll be on the air at 4:40 here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. For Greg Dean to my right, Jacob Mayer back at the station, our technical producer here for the ball game. Final score 9-5 win for Excelsior over Post State. Back on the air at 4:40 tomorrow as we say so long from Hyde Stadium.
You've been listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post State Baseball is brought to you by Evermore Boutique, Wagner Auto, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Service Master, Rising Hope Counseling, Todd's Electric, Pierre Sports Center, AirTech, Gales Gas, Avera, Bank West, B&B Equipment, Overhead Door Company, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Farting Electric, Olson Plumbing, Agtegra, All Around Graphics, First Dakota National Bank, Comtech, Shane's Pharmacy, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Midwest Cooperative, South Dakota Weed and Pest, Nystrom Electric, Dakota Sprinkler, Lamb Motor, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Sioux Nation, Kruger Contracting, Home Care Services, and Fisher Rounds. Join us all season long for Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports leader.
questions or thoughts we ever had about Peter DeBoer. He was being honest with us when he put Robin Leonard in 2 nights ago for Game 4. It was about rest.